We've all been there. It's 2 a.m., you just finished the last page of your book, closed the cover, and now you're wrecked. Or elated, shocked, frustrated, distraught, or maybe a combination of so many emotions you can't put a name to what you're feeling.
But there's an ache in your chest, and all you want to do is turn to someone who knows what you just went through, who you can talk about that favorite scene with, swap theories about the sequel, gush over the hottie your main character landed.
You might try to explain it to your significant other, suggest the book to a colleague, or swap a couple surface-level thoughts with a friend who read it years ago. But there's no one who truly gets it. No one who will tear each moment apart with you, put it all back together, and start the next great read by your side. But what if we told you that now there's someone who will?
I'm Brooke.
I'm Jamie.
I'm Elena.
And we're the High Ladies of the Book Court. Let's read your next favorite book together.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Empire of the Storms, where we read chapters 1 through 27.
27? Why'd you hesitate when you said 27, Jamie?
Inside joke.
Was there a last-minute audible on what chapter we were ending on or something?
Yeah. I think actually, I don't even remember what happened. Elena, do you have any idea?
I don't recall. Elena, can you tell us why we were confused about what chapter we were supposed to end on?
I was upset because I was away for 2 weeks and she finished the section we were supposed to be reading and ended on the chapter she was supposed to, and then had to wait for me to get back. And then I read it the night before we're taping, and I said I couldn't stop where we were supposed to stop and read the next chapter that Brooke had been sitting on for 2.
You're saying that you finished what we had all agreed upon, and then you couldn't help yourself, so you read the next chapter. Is that what you were saying, Helena? Is that what I heard?
Hey, if people read 226 and see how it ends, like, you understand. Like, you get it.
I mean,
So we
Brooke
read
did
it
pretty well. She did pretty well.
No, it's fine. Because you know what? Chapter 27 was great, and I'm really glad that I got to read it and that we get to talk about it. But I just needed to make sure that everyone was aware of where we were at.
Mm-hmm. Also, as a reminder, we have read Tower of Dawn, but we will not be discussing it in this series of episodes for Empire of Storms.
Yeah, this is a safe space for anyone that wants to read them in the correct order. We will not spoil Tower of Dawn here for you. But if you want to be weird, go back, read Tower of Dawn, watch those episodes, and then come back here.
I've also been told we're not allowed to talk about hypothetical crossover between...
How many edits am I going to need to make to this video?
You should take a shot every time Elena says crossover.
Crossover with what, Elena?
Oh, the Bible?
Bible.
All right, so let's start. What did you guys think of the prologue?
It wasn't what I expected going into it. Like, I was so ready to hop into, like, Aelin and some shenanigans that the fact it was Gavin and Elena kind of threw me off. I don't know if that was just my reaction. I don't think we've actually... Because I don't know.
Yeah, Gavin and other Elena, not to be confused with our Elena.
Yeah, every time you guys talk about Elena, I'm going to continue to pretend I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. You're like,
I'm
not married to Gavin.
Are we sure it's pronounced Elena?
I think so. Yeah, is it
True.
Elena?
It could be
Elena.
It's Elena.
Elena.
I liked it. I liked the prologue. I had a similar, like, immediate gut reaction where I was like, okay, I need to gear up to go back. I think I checked to see how many pages it was because we've definitely read books before where there are prologues about characters that we've never really followed and they go on way too long. But this one was like an appropriate length. It was like a quick prologue. And I feel like we got some good information, like not clear information, but I liked
Not clear,
that, like
right.
that look back into the past.
I came out so much more confused than I went into it.
But at least it's with characters that we've had met before, at least one of them. Because we saw Ghost Elena in Throne of Glass and maybe Crown of Midnight, right?
Yeah,
I
I
can't
think
remember.
both of them.
Yeah, both of them. So it was kind of nice to get like how
you
they
nervous?
were.
Elena.
Oh, you're Ghost Elena. I understand. It's a prop. That's fine then.
I like that. good cosplay.
Yeah, very good.
No, I like that we got to see them how they were when they were living.
Yeah. Well, and I think that if we knew about this before, I have since forgotten. But I feel like we got a really good idea of, or at least like a better idea of what happened previously with the battle with the Valg. Like I don't think that we really understood why the Valg kings had sort of just like been put to rest, but not entirely vanquished. So the prologue gave us the insight into that to see that Elena and Gavin made the decision that there was no way they were going to win the battle. And instead, they switched to containing Erewhon in a way that maybe a future generation could then hopefully win the battle. They sort of made it seem like that was the only option.
Yeah, I mean, they also made it seem like it was certain death, which kind of was confusing to me because they definitely survived past that and have kids that go on to have Aelin be their distant ancestor.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that's not clear right now, but I think it's intentional, is like we don't exactly know how Erewhon was contained because they were like, basically Elena's like, all right, here's my plan. And then it's like, great, chapter 1. And I was like, okay, I'm now slightly confused, but also happy that it's chapter 1. So like, I'm not going to complain. But
right, there are some gaps that still need to be filled.
yeah. And I'm guessing we're going to get it eventually, if not in this book, then probably the next one, to see like how they contained Erewhon, maybe more about what happened after they contain Erewhon so that they survive it. But
right. Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
What was cool?
I thought the prologue was cool.
Yeah. What did you guys think of? So I think where we left off in, oh God, where did we leave off? Our last book, Queen of Shadows, right?
Oh, the one that happened before this? Technically Queen of Shadows.
Queen of Shadows, right. So we left on that one, and Aelin was like on her way to Terrasen, but she gets to like, I think a town before that. In that area, and she meets Darrow and the Lords of Terrasen. What did you guys think of their scene?
I have to say that, so at the end of Queen of Shadows, when they had that really nice scene where they're all like looking at Terrasen in the distance, my brain saw it as like a close distance, and I was just like, good, they made it. So I was really confused when it was like, we've been hiking for days. I'm like, wow, why? So
yeah.
I had left Queen of Shadows thinking that like she was in Terrasen, like we were gonna start off there. She was gonna do some badass queen stuff, like playing the politics game, getting people on her side. So I wasn't ready for the not literal, but the ambush that happened when Darrow and the other lords that were coming to meet them were like, yeah, we're not coming out into the woods. We want you to come meet us at the pub. And I was like, oh, this isn't good. I was not pleased with the whole situation at all.
Elena, what did you think?
I mean, I feel like Brooke summarized it pretty good. It was like, my guy, can you not? But I also think later And like I understand Darrow's perspective and why he's not prepared to let me, someone who has been away for Terracin, training as an assassin for however many years, 10 years, just automatically become queen. But like my guy could have handled it better. He could have been like, we understand like your heritage and are just
Like, you didn't have to
tentative.
be a dick about it.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
And I think that's where I'm at exactly. Is like, on the one hand, I understand the rule that Terracin has where like the lords need to agree on a new monarch. I get that that's like a little like monarchy / like democracy, and I'm not against that. It's more, I don't understand everyone's super negative opinion about Aelin. Like, she was a child that escaped death and then survived and is now coming back to you to be a queen in a time of war. And you go, nah, like, leave, go find armies, otherwise you can't be the queen. Just like,
And my guy was like putting the sander down the whole time. He was like, "Here you are traveling with like a common whore." Like, sure. What?
yeah.
The only
You're
like,
more
audacity.
evolved than that.
Right, but it's still like that male patriarchal, like, I'm not gonna let some random little girl come up and claim that she's queen when she has like no support, no allies, things like that. Like, I get what he's saying, but like I don't agree with it. And he could have worded it better too. But it was just like such a downer because like she finally accepted who she was and going home. So this was just like, it wasn't, I feel sad that it wasn't the homecoming that we wanted for her.
I'm just here now for the scene where they meet back up with all the lords, and Evangeline has convinced them that Aelin's the shit. Where they're like, "Sorry, Evangeline's amazing. She says you're amazing. You RB, my bad."
Yeah, I can't wait for that. Just like Aelin showing up being like, yo, I brought my homies, like, let's go. Told you.
Like, there's no way she fails at gathering forces.
No,
So
I don't think so.
I'm also really excited for her to just like ride in on, I don't know, maybe a pirate ship, since that seems like that's where we're going. But I wouldn't be upset if Darrow died. I'm just gonna say that. Like, I again understand where he's coming from to some degree, but he could have heard her out, had a conversation. Instead, he just like flopped his big dick on the table and was like, "Nope, like, I have no interest. I will be king instead." And I'm like, I would be okay to see you die.
Yeah.
I mean, there are other characters I definitely want to die more. Like, if we're putting
yes.
characters on a death list, like,
Yes.
sure, he can make it, but like kind of near the bottom. Like, I'd also be okay if all those flowers popped up everywhere and then he like falls to the ground sobbing, saying he was wrong. Like, these are okay with me.
That's true. Oh, those flowers. I can't wait to see those flowers. When they were like, you know, those flowers that only pop up when like the real monarch is in like the monarchy seat. And I'm like, oh, I can't wait.
That's a good catch. I don't think I caught that.
There was just like one mention of it. I think Adian and Aelin were talking about it. And I guess there was like one flower that bloomed when her uncle, was it her uncle, was in power, and he had it like framed and everything. It was like his most treasured possession because
And Darrow keeps it now.
Darrow
like
has
Darrow,
it now.
since they were in love, keeps it, and like that's like his most prized possession now. So that's why I think it would be super cute if like flowers popped up everywhere and then he felt like I'm sobbing.
Elena, thank you for reminding me that when I heard that Aelin's uncle had like a gay lover, I wanted to like him so bad. And I was like, how are you making me hate you this much? Like, I wanted to like you. You curmudgeonly old guy. Like,
maybe they will redeem themselves.
I don't like how Jamie said that, but okay.
Yeah, is now the time where we remind everyone that Jamie's already read this book.
Oh yeah, I already read this book.
Jamie has already read this book. It's Elena's and my first time.
Elena knows something that we don't know, like reading ahead or something. We just kept it to her and just kept it to herself.
Someone may have slipped up and read an epilogue from another book that's supposed to come after this one that we're not supposed to talk about.
Yeah, I didn't read the epilogue. I read the first sentence of the first page of the epilogue. And it just had a lot of context.
Someone can't control herself.
Well, what I do like about these books is that they move around to different areas, and we're not stuck in one place throughout the whole book. So it seems like things in Morath is getting kind of like tense. Manon and the witches are tasked with sacking Rithold. And who's at Rithold? Our dear, lovely princeling, Dorian.
Now King.
That's right, King. But I still like to call him princeling.
She still calls him princeling, didn't she? Like when they...
Yes. When they meet again for... Yeah. Why don't you guys... what did you guys think about that? Like their little reunion?
Ugh.
Because now it's like, this is the first time, like, he doesn't have that collar on. They're actually, like, face-to-face and not, like, he's hanging on the balcony. She's on the wyvern, and she saves him. She kills a yellow leg sentinel. And, like, that's, like, a no-no.
Yeah. I didn't realize how much of a no-no it was until after, but I will answer your first question, which is, it was hot and I loved it. Like, I need more of them. Like, if you ask me, if we're taking, like, Aelin and Rowan out, and you ask me what couple do I need more of, it's them. Like, I desperately need Dorian and Manon to just, like, hang out for just 10 minutes.
It is sizzling. And they don't need to say a lot. They don't even need to say a lot.
No. No. I love them. That's it.
I just gave it a good think to see if I had a different couple I'd rather like watch, but I think you're right. Like that's a pretty. They just need to happen already. Like it just needs to.
Yeah, I feel like once they're finally in a situation where they can be together, they're just gonna make out. Like it's gonna be immediate. And then she's gonna be like, "I don't love you," and he's gonna be like, "Yes, you do." She's gonna be like, "I don't feel emotion," and then like ride off on Abraxas, and Dorian will be like,
"She is changing. She's learning about love from Astrid." So we should definitely talk about her. But because Manon kills that yellow leg sentinel, her punishment is to do what again?
So they did the whole trial basically where Manon was kind of sentenced to death almost. But then they decided like that killing her would be a waste. So instead of killing her, Grandma Blackbeak, who we all love, decided that instead Asterin would die. To which I immediately was like, no, she's not. That can't happen. But I got real nervous. I will say I got very nervous.
I was getting really sad. Like leading up to it, I was like, damn, she's gonna do it. She's really gonna do it.
I was really worried reading it the first time, and I ended up crying because of Astrid's like last words. Because in the last book, she said how she revealed that she had a baby. It was unfortunately stillborn. She fell in love with the human. And then she never saw him again, but she would keep an eye on him. And as he grew old in age, and just knowing that he ended up dying in that place or the cabin where he helped heal her, regardless of what she was or who she is. And then I think the last thing she said was like, she's telling Manon like, bury me where he is. I'm just after all this time, and it's been like what 100 years or something like that. Oh my god, that broke me. This is the second time I cried over Astrid, guys.
I already read this book. I was not sad. I immediately went to the stages of grief of denial and anger. Because like the minute Grandma Blackbeak was like, so we're gonna kill Astrid, I was like, yeah, fucking right, Grammy. Like they've got wyverns, like they're gonna break Astrid out and fly away. Fine. But then it's all like, all right, so Astrid's like 6 levels down in the basement. Also, like the wyverns are all like, you know, over somewhere else. And now like, and Manon just kept talking about like how she had to do it and how she was going to like invoke this right to be able to kill Astrid herself before she was like tortured by all the other witches, which I was like, okay, why are we not trying to come up with a way to save her? Why is this what we're doing? So I was just getting upset. Like honestly, there was a moment where when they were getting closer and closer to Manon killing Astrid, I was like, okay, either this is the moment where it's amazing, or this is the moment where Sarah somehow lets Manon do this, and Manon is no longer a character that I care about at all. And I was just like mad.
Hey, but like she thought she was gonna do it. She would have been so much better off if she had just gone to the 13 and been like, here's the plan. I'm gonna like claim the right, pretend I'm gonna kill Astrid, and then whip around and like stab my grandma. And then now she's stuck in the woods alone because they didn't have a plan. Like, let's meet up in this place. Like, she's like gonna on the brink of death just because she was like, I'm gonna kill Astrid. I'm committed to this. Even though that was never gonna happen.
Yeah, I think she was just like really brainwashed. She's been lied to her entire life about who she is. And then, because you know, like later on, we find out that what is she? What do you see, guys?
Oh, she's a Crochan.
Yeah, that's how you say it.
I think it's Crochan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But like Grandma Blackbeak was the one that killed her parents. Grandma Blackbeak was the one that forced Manon to kill her Crochan sister.
Yeah, half sister.
Which happened in Air of Fire?
That might have been Queen of Shadows. I don't know.
Or Queen of Shadows? Yeah, whichever. But like the cape that she was wearing is from her sister. And not realizing like, and her sister was the one that like, you know, monsters are not created, they're made, right? Am I saying that right?
That they're not born, they're made.
They're not born, thank you. Yeah.
I did not see that coming at all. Like her being Crochan. Like I knew Manon was, I mean, up until the moment she almost killed Astrid, and I knew, I trusted that Manon was going to like be a better person and make things better for the witches. But I was not anticipating her being like Crochan royalty. Like she's the queen of the Crochan clan. She's the last living heir. Okay. Sure. It's cool.
Like,
I like
cool.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Crochans have always clearly been like the right witches. Like, so I'm glad that we're gonna move in that direction. But yeah.
It was really cool when like the 13 did that sign too, showing like, you know, we support you and everything.
Yeah, they did the sign of like the queen. They were like, yeah, kill your grandmother. I just wish that she had realized she needed to kill her grandmother sooner. And then I wish she had successfully killed her grandmother, because at the end of the chapter, it seemed like she died and I got so excited, and then bitch wasn't dead. Come on.
Damn witch. I know, I was disappointed too. Like I think I also thought that she died, but was so disappointed to find out like, oh no, it's just a scratch.
I had like a mini party. I was like, yes, thank you. I'm no longer angry, Sarah. I'm so sorry I ever doubted you. Manon, I will still hope for everything good to come to you. This is great. Grandma Blackbeak's dead. Took a deep breath, flipped to the next page, and was like, motherfucker, you gotta be kidding me. Like,
the top of the death list, Grandma Blackbean.
Yeah, I agree. I think so too. So that means like I hope that
Definitely
her
a
death
stop.
is very, very satisfying.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
I want.
I'm like on the fence over whether or not, like, because the 13 are definitely with Manon, but I also see a situation in which at some point the Blue Bloods also go like the Manon good side.
Yeah.
Which I think would be amazing.
Yeah, I think she definitely got like brownie points for saving Petra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or at least part of the Blue Bloods. Because,
Mhm.
right, like the next thing is going to be if Manon is going to go like the Crochan way, then she's basically like renouncing that sect of witches, which like none of the three groups are going to be okay with. So I don't know how that's going to work itself out.
And also like how the kingdom would work too, and the curse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
we
Also,
still-
Manon's on the brink of death right now, so who knows what.
Yeah. And got attacked.
But yeah, some other crazy monster that whatever his name is created. Can he just
What do you?
take a chill for a second and stop creating creepy things?
Yeah.
I know.
So many like half Valg, half human atrocities are just like popping up everywhere, and I'm okay without that, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's a sea monster. Oh no, there's a creepy naked lady. Like,
Yeah.
What do you guys think will happen next with Manon?
I mean, I assume she's gonna meet up with the 13, like find them. I guess if that's not as easy as I feel like it should be, then I'm hoping she's gonna go try to find Dorian.
my girl really needs a healer, and our squad of healers is nowhere in sight. Like
Yeah.
our go-to healer is missing.
I was just
Yeah.
wondering, like, because I'm not super good at the geography and everything, but like, where is a lead right now? Like, could they meet up again? And then a lead be like, hey, remember when you dropped me off in the middle of the woods? That was a bad idea.
I feel like it would be kind of convoluted for her to end up with a lead again, because what's the point
Right.
of her dropping off a lead to end up back
Right.
with a lead? Although Lorcan does have
Right.
fancy healing salve, so maybe.
It seems like they were going opposite directions too, because I think Aaliyah was supposed to go head toward Terracin, and Rithold is either we should pull up the map, either like the middle
Well,
or
yeah,
towards the
she's
south.
she's not heading toward Rifthold. But
Oh,
Was
that's
she
right.
in Mora?
She was coming from Morath, right?
she's still somewhere around Morath, I think. I
Yeah.
don't remember if it said where.
But either way, it doesn't seem like that they're that close
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
geographically.
And then she went into Oakwald. She was in this forest. Wow, she made it pretty
Terracin.
far.
Wow,
Morath
Terracin
is
is like
down there
there.
somewhere.
Oh,
I can
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
She was definitely in Oakwald, right? She was in some
Elite?
forest.
Elite is, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
No, but it was Manon also in Oakwald, or is she just in unnamed random forest?
I think
Forest.
I think she's in a random unnamed forest.
Interesting.
Yeah, she had to
And then-
bounce, you know.
Was she going towards the sea? No, I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like it's really kind of up to Abraxas, right?
No, she says to the coast. You know what's on the coast? Some pirates.
Yeah, we got some pirates. We also have a really really powerful and very sexy Fey healer who could probably help her out.
Hey, healer.
You
Who is
know,
that again?
Rowan.
Oh, Rowan. Okay.
Oh, you
Well,
made
she's
it sound
not
like a
Rowan.
potential love
I thought it was
interest,
a
which
new
you would-
character.
Yeah.
I don't
He is a
remember.
potential love interest with a character that
Not Manon.
I'm very centered in on.
I thought it was really cool. I don't know why I think that it's like maybe like one-sided, but how easily he could have killed Manon when he came to save Dorian and Rifthold.
Oh, Yes.
right? Because he almost like cut off her oxygen.
Yeah. Rowan did almost murder her.
Yeah,
But
I was
he
like,
wouldn't,
ooh.
because BFF Dorian asked him not to. You don't do what your
Yeah.
BFF doesn't want you to do.
To be fair, I don't think they were BFFs at that point.
They weren't
but they
BFF
are
at that
now.
point. What do you guys
Your
think of like
future
their? What do you guys think about? Because like they obviously like Rowan saved Dorian, and then they went off on a boat, and then kind of like became friends. What do you guys think about that?
Loved it. Yeah, it was the friendship that I didn't know that I needed. And the minute
Right?
that Rowan was all like, "Okay, Aelin, peace out. I'm gonna go save Dorian," I was like, "Why are you two not gonna be in the same place? This isn't what I was asking for in this book." But then he and Dorian just like hung out, and he taught Dorian how to like kind of control his magic, even though he tells Dorian that his magic is super different from
Mm-hmm.
his magic. But yeah, they just like pal out for a few weeks down in Skulls Bay, which was cool.
All I can say is like, watch out, Kale.
Yeah. Dorian's got a new friend, and he's
If I
hot
had to
as
pick
hell.
a set of BFFs, I think it'll be this one.
I
I
like
think
Lysandra and Aelin.
I was just gonna say that the only other friend pair that I think I love more is the two of them. Like those women, like just tearing shit up and doing the most crazy stuff. I
It's
love it.
crazy how they like where they started too, because like they
No.
hated each other in the Assassin's Blade. And by the way, if anyone hasn't read the Assassin's Blade, like what are you doing here? Go back and read it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're spoiling the shit out of that. So pause now if you haven't read it. Go back, fix your mistakes, come back after. It's a quick read. Yeah, it's funny, Jamie, because had you how many books had you read with Lysandra before you read Assassin's Blade? You both of these, right? You read Queen of Shadows and this?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was so confused when you were like, I just, you seeing like their negative relationship in Assassin's Blade
Yes. Like
was like really hard for you.
it was because like I don't like this side of Lysandra.
Yeah. Whereas I was like, this dumb bitch. Like I hated her so much. And now I
Yeah.
love her. And I can see how if you did this and then went back to Assassin's Blade, that would be rough.
Yeah. It was so confusing because she's so amazing in these
Yeah.
past two books.
It might be on brand, but I think I wasn't as angry at her in the Assassin's Blade because I saw a lot of content online that included her. And I was like,
Am I the only one that
Spoilers.
remains pure anymore?
I think you are, honestly, Brooke. Please keep it up.
I think the only thing that like it wasn't even that it got ruined for me. I think I told you guys that I just started seeing Fenris's name. Like I saw the name Fenris and was like, I have never met this person. Who are they? Are they male or female? Stay away from Aelin.
well, he's really into Aelin.
I hope not.
It seemed like he was. Isn't he the one that really wanted to train her?
That's right.
Oh, it was him?
Yeah, but like
For some reason, I thought it was Lorcan. Maybe I'm wrong.
no, it
I don't
was
think Larkin
Fenris.
cared.
Or Gabriel? I don't know. One of those
Lorcan
guys.
doesn't have feelings, although I think he has feelings. We'll have to talk about that after. But you're right.
We will have to talk
Elena.
about this after. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Right?
Fenris, like, really wanted to train her, and Maeve
Mhm.
wouldn't let him as a power move because apparently she really likes forcing him to do things.
Who is
They-
Maeve's favorite? Do you guys know or recall, or has it been mentioned? Like, does she have a favorite out of all of the
Like an
cadre?
actual favorite or a favorite in bed?
Oh, I
think
guess
we
you can
learned
have
a
a
lot.
favorite and a favorite in bed.
I think we learned a lot about how she likes to play Fenris and his twin off of each other, and that Fenris now spends a whole lot of time in Maeve's bedroom to keep his brother out of there, which is disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
icky. But like in terms of like a favorite, I don't know if she ever like did we ever know? Like did it used to be Lorcan?
I want to say I don't think it's Lorcan.
Well, she wants Lorcan dead now, so it's certainly
Yeah,
not
it
Lorcan
does.
currently.
Yeah, it's just Lorcan. Oh my god.
What a dummy. That's
Wait,
what
did
I
you?
do every
Dumb
time.
Faye.
So wait, before we move on to Lorcan, any other thoughts about Gabriel and Fenris? Like we obviously haven't seen right Gabriel and Adian's reunion yet.
Well, they've never
But
met.
yeah, but they know of each other. Like
Yes,
I don't think does Adian know?
he does.
he does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in Queen of Shadows. Rowan told him. Yeah, they haven't
Wow,
met.
Rowan's going around telling everyone's secrets. You
Yeah.
have a son, you have a father, I know everything.
Such a gossip.
It reminds me of like no, never mind. I can't tell you.
I will say that I hadn't thought about Fenris asking to train Aelin as like a sexual thing. I had thought it was like him wanting to get a piece of like the queen in a different way. But now I'm extra nervous because any new male introduced to Aelin's life, I just wonder, is this another one? Are you going to tear my heart out and stomp on it, Sarah? And I keep thinking, no, because she and Rowan are perfect together, and I just fully believe that they're going to be together in a way that I did not believe that she and Kaol would be together, because they were not perfect. I just thought that we'd already tried out Dorian, so Kaol had to be the one, because we certainly weren't going to go for round 3, and we did.
Third time's the charm.
Third time's the charm, yeah. So I don't know. I don't feel like I know enough about Fenris to really judge him, but I'm interested and cautious. Gabriel, I feel like I trust him. I think he's a good guy, and if he wasn't controlled by Maeve, I'd fully trust him.
Yeah, that's like what I keep going back to is that like no matter how loyal they can be or fighting for Aelin's side, like that there's always going to be that tie that they have to Maeve. And that's always like something to keep in mind because like she's going to tell them what to do. There could be like loopholes like Rowan said. But yeah, just cautious.
Yeah, it seems like for now, Gabriel and Fenris are going to go with Rowan's plan to work with him and with Aelin and be on her side because he said that Lorcan is going to come back to them once he figures out that he doesn't actually have one of the word keys. So he said that's the loophole, that you know he's coming back here, so if you stay here, you'll be able to kill him like Maeve wants you to. So I hope we get to see more of them and learn more about like who they are.
I found it. I'm sorry, I just missed the past like 3 minutes of conversation.
Because you had to find where Fenris wanted to train. I remember the line.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Elena.
It's Fenris had wanted the task of handling Aelin this past spring. Fenris loved anything that was wild and beautiful, and to dangle Aelin before him, Maeve had known it was torture. Tell me that doesn't have a little bit of undertone.
I take back what I said. I hate Fenris, and I hope he dies in the next chapter.
No. He's a good twin.
He's a good twin, but keep your hands off my queen.
He could have more than one blood oath.
No. Well, I mean, yeah, he can be a blood oath, but not her.
Not in a romantic sense.
Right.
I think there was another line, like in chapter 27, maybe, where no, because Fenris, Fenris is
Are you
there.
sure
And
it's
Fenris,
27?
Fenris like noted, like Rowan's like, grrr. Fenris is looking at Aelin. I could be making this up in my head, but
Yeah, he actually growled.
He growls a lot.
They do growl a lot. That's one of Rowan's favorite things to do.
Oh, sorry. What did I miss? Just the recap about they're just going to hang out with them until Lorcan comes? to die.
Mm-hmm. It's not going to happen.
Like that's how you interact with all your friends, just waiting around to kill them.
Yeah. Lorcan's big stone heart is starting to get a couple little cracks in it from a cute little half witch.
We love a fake relationship.
I love it.
So cute. So cute. I love how like he's always been big and scary, like in Queen of Shadows. They were like, this is the guy like we should be all afraid of. He's coming here on Maeve's orders to, I forgot what he was supposed to do in Queen of Shadows, but like, oh yeah, steal the word key or whatever. And like everyone should be terrified of him and blah blah blah. And he leaves this tiny little thing, and she's like, "You're my husband." He goes, "Okay."
He definitely growled more about the whole husband thing, but it was really cute where he was like, I'm not gonna be your husband. And she was like, yeah, you are. And he was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
And then he was like, why does this feel weird? And I was like, because your stone heart is cracking. I can hear it from over here.
I love it. I love where this is going.
My favorite part about them, though, is like he's so just like angry all the time and just like is constantly like, maybe I'll kill her tomorrow. Like, you're not gonna kill her, you're gonna love her. Come on.
Yeah.
I'll kill her tomorrow, but look at how sad her leg is. Who did this to her?
Yeah.
Who did this to you? We love a good trope where the male character or any character is like, I hate everyone but you.
Yeah,
You're
it truly
okay.
this is like the most grumpy sunshine that I think I've ever seen out of SJM. Like just the two total opposites. And just like, oh, remember when you were following her through the woods and you were like, I'm definitely gonna kill her, but maybe I'll wait. Like she's doing something weird. Hold on, I can't kill her yet. I gotta find out what's going on.
And what does she smell like, Brooke?
You want me to pull up my notes? Because I'm not going to say the M word, but I will say that Lorcan definitely has a scent profile for her. Hold on. Oh, no, wait. I found it. She smells like cinnamon and elderberries.
Oh.
Cinnamon and elderberries, and I did not note this in my notes, but I know he said, and something else. There's like something else. And I assume, I'm guessing it's like the witch part of her that we need to figure out what that all is, but... Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like,
yeah. I also liked when he was like, oh, she's really smart. She tricked that big scary monster thing. How'd she do that? And then like 2 pages later, it's like, and Lorcan forgot. She was just so cute that he was like, oh, she's so cute. I forgot she's a mastermind.
Yeah, she's very observant, and I think that's one of the things that I really like about her because she's not like a typical like physically strong character, but she works with what she has, and that's being observant. And she did that too in Queen of Shadows when she had to do all those things in Morath.
Oh yeah, no, the whole like when Manon told her like you need to figure out what's going on in that room with the yellow legs and like the implanting Valk babies, like that whole like weeks long like thing that she did to get them to think that she was part of their she's very, very intelligent and just like quietly powerful, which I do love. She doesn't swing a sword, she doesn't run really fast, but she's really like she's very smart.
Yeah, I love my quiet characters.
What other quiet characters do you like, Jamie?
Other
Too bad there wasn't any crossover.
No crossover.
Certainly no crossover.
But
what was the next thing we were going to talk about?
I'm really excited about this development between Lorcan and the lead, and I like that like no one really likes him either.
I did not think that either of them were going to have a romantic interest. Like, I'm totally fine with not everyone having someone, right? Like, I want it to be realistic. And those two especially, I never questioned, like, who is the lead going to be with? Who's Lorcan going to be with? But the minute that he saw her in the woods, I was like, I didn't know I wanted this, but this is happening.
Insta ship.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The minute he saw her, I was like, you're not killing her, buddy. It's not
Imagine, Brooke, how shocked would you have been if, like, the next chapter was like, stab!
I would have been very shocked.
Lorcan has a real word key now.
I feel like a lead.
So close.
I feel like a lead would be more likely to stab Lorcan because of all his shit.
And then for Lorcan to be surprised.
Yeah. Like, oh, where did you come from?
Where did you go?
You're so quiet.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see what happens with them. I'm not at all worried about Lorcan dying, honestly. I'm worried about other people dying. I am not worried about him at all. And I just think that it'll be really cool when, like, either Gabrielle and or Fenris go to try to kill him and Elid's like, no! And then Lorcan's like, and that was when I decided I loved her.
I could see that happening.
So, and also they were talking about, when they were talking about Gabrielle and Fenris's blood oath, it's very open-ended. They have to kill him. Like, they're under orders to kill him. But if they see him, it's not like on site. It's not like immediate stab. Right?
I think it was something like that they had to do everything to kill him. So I do think that it's that they would have to, like, kill him. I don't think there would be a loophole in not immediately killing him.
Darn. But they're all friends. I'm so excited for them all to be friends again.
Or maybe Fenris will just accidentally die.
Brooke, I would have thought you liked him based on liking other characters that are in similar bad situations in other books.
I don't hate him as a person. I hate him and his proximity to Aelin.
He's a threat.
I'm nervous.
To Aelin.
Yeah. So you are Rowan who is growling every time Fenris is in the room now?
Yeah.
He's territorial phase.
I want that. I want all the
Oh my god. Speaking of territorial phase, I personally am of the opinion that Rowan and Aelin are not going to hook up in that bedroom.
Okay, I'm okay with not that bedroom. I thought you were going to say not this book, and I was going to, like, start shredding it.
No, because you were like, they're definitely going to hook up in that bedroom. But, like, I think it's going to be the same thing where they didn't hook up in her apartment, because Adian's going to be right next door still.
That's fine.
That's happening in other books. They cared.
But before Rowan left, he said that he'd stop putting it off when they got back together. I just want them to fall in love, and for them to get married and stop talking about her getting married to other people for political power. It makes me sad.
I love that both her and Adian were like, icky, no, I'm not going to marry that one.
Yeah, right. Okay, wait. I do hate Darrow when he was like, maybe the two of you should get married for political stuff. I was like, you're gross, old man. Oh.
It's that traditional, like, mindset. Like, they did it before, so we should continue it now. Like, no.
It just makes me sad that there's still, like, a thought in the back of both of their minds. Like, do I or does she need to make that choice? And, like, all the, like, Rowan just thinking about how much he loves her, but how he, like, will let her go so that she can have what she wants. And I'm like, dude, stop it. Stop. Like, go make a little wedding band out of a twig and make her yours right now.
If she has to marry for political reasons, could she marry Dorian?
Ugh.
Like, just
uniting two kingdoms.
You know what I did enjoy in that last chapter that we definitely weren't supposed to read, but then Elena couldn't stop herself, so we all read it?
I really enjoyed, I mean, my favorite part of that whole thing was Rowan and Aelin role-playing like she was Selena, and her hitting on him and then him being like, I'm taken. And she was like, oh, are you? I bet she's beautiful. And he was like, she is. And literally, it's from Dorian's point of view, and Dorian, like, can basically see Rowan, like, smoking with, like, lust, and he's just like, I can't right now. I'm like, remember when you guys made out a few times? That was funny.
Hey, the reason I read the chapter is because I was like, I'm gonna read that first page and then I'll be done. But the last line of the first page is Dorian looking at it, like looking at her and being like, and it was Selena, like it's Selena Sardothian, and I don't know why she's here. I was like, well, I need to know why she's here too, Dorian.
I have to say, it wasn't how I thought she was gonna, like, you know, reintroduce herself to Rolf. Like, I thought she was just gonna be like, okay, I'm the Queen of Terrasen, let's talk about this like rational human beings. And she was like, nah, like feet up on his desk, like taking his emeralds. I was like, oh, I wanted this.
She needs a grand entrance.
So
and
good.
she had to check to make sure that he upheld his end of the deal. Otherwise, she 100% was prepared to murder him on sight.
Yeah.
Or be
a definite power play.
So good.
So good.
I was dying when Lysandra walked in as Aelin. I was like, this is amazing. And the fact Dorian couldn't tell them apart for a hot second.
That was good.
Yeah. It was a great scene. I'm glad we read it. It was really, really good. Because as much as like I love Aelin and like I do prefer her over Selena, Selena is just so good. She's just, oh man.
So you're glad we read the chapter?
I'm glad we read the chapter. Thanks for having no self-control, Elena.
I just couldn't tell it was gonna be good. It was gonna be such a good reunion.
I could tell it was gonna be good a week and a half ago, and I didn't keep reading. I'm done. Thank you. I'm glad we read chapter 27. I'm sure everyone else is too. It was a great scene.
Any other thoughts?
In general?
In general, before
the
next section. Well, our next batch will be chapters 28 through 46, unless Elena decides to go rogue again.
I mean, I can start reading 28 right now. I just need to see if it's going to start, like, right back where we were in that room. That's all I want. I just want to continue that scene. Oh, it does. It's an Aelin chapter. Get hyped.
Get hyped. The only other thing that I can think of was that, like, weird ghost visit from Brannon.
At Brannon's temple.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, we've definitely seen, like, you know, ghosts come to Aelin to help her, like, Elena, way back in, like, the first couple books, helped guide her. I just thought that was interesting, that she's, like, still getting guidance from the folks of yesteryear.
Was his entire visit to just say there's a lock that she needs to find, and then she's like, good thing I'm going to a guy that can find things.
Right, yeah, she's supposed to be going to some marsh, I think. Like, there's a place that she's supposed to go to join the word keys together to then put all of this to rest. I'm checking my notes.
Oh yeah, then I forgot, she also fought off Erwin.
Yeah, Erewhon comes to visit her, like, embodying the old Endovier slave guy.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was so powerful. They're never going to be able to defeat him. Spooky.
Where is it?
Well, and I think in the chapter with Brannon, we also find out that Maeve is sending an armada to Alloway for some reason.
Right.
And no one knows if it's to, like, fight against Erewhon or with Erewhon. And I'm leaning one way, but mostly because of, like, stuff we found out in Tower of Dawn, so I'm not allowed to say that.
I don't think that she is fighting for Aelin. I mean, like, I feel like she's hates Aelin.
No, she definitely hates Aelin, but people don't know if she's pro Erewhon or anti Erewhon.
Oh, I would probably say pro Erewhon. I don't know. She's
Hmm.
evil. I hate her.
I don't know.
But
Wait,
it's
what
up
do
in
you-
the air. Like, why would she be pro Erewhon?
I feel like she's pro Maeve, and
Right.
that might not be aligning with Erewhon.
I feel like we need to discuss after this ends so that I can say my unfiltered, non-spoiling thoughts.
I will say that I'm not even thinking about stuff that we might already know. And my thought is that there's no way that Maeve likes Aelin. Like,
Oh,
she stole Rowan from her and made a fool of her. So my
Burned her
assumption,
city.
yeah, my assumption is that Maeve, it's either separate from the Valk conflict or that she is coming to, like, attack Aelin. But I don't know.
it was just a
Maeve.
random thing, and I feel like there's no one in the book knows motivation.
Hmm. Yeah.
But it feels like it's gonna be big at some point. Problematic.
Maybe I didn't write down where she's supposed to go. I guess I didn't. But yeah, there's some lock somewhere that she has to bring the keys to.
Well, maybe we'll find out in this next section.
Maybe. Hopefully by the
After
end
we
of the
find
book.
out how she's gonna convince Rolf to join her cause when he was prepared to join the cause if they would just murder her for them.
They're gonna go kill the like Valg presence that's on the island by Skulls Bay together. It's gonna be great. They're gonna team up and he's gonna realize that she's awesome. I'm not worried.
Brooke, Rolf might be the sacrifice we're looking for. Like in the cast of characters that's getting too big. We can let Rolf go.
It's just that I feel like 2 books, or I mean, we're like a book and 3/4 away from the end of the series, theoretically. And I'm just worried about main characters dying right now.
R.I.P. Rowan.
Yeah, I'm nervous about Rowan and Aelin, and I'm also nervous about Adian. Like, I don't think I ever recovered from the end of Heir of Fire. Like, I've been nervous for his life like every moment since then.
I mean,
I'm
there was a
worried.
lot of. I feel like there's been a lot of close calls.
Yeah.
Kale, um, even Aelin, but like when she but burnt out. I knew nothing was gonna happen really to her, but
Yeah.
if this could happen, like what's to say it's not gonna happen again?
Yeah. I will say that now that Nezrin is off on another continent with KO, I am now 100% down for the Lysander Adian pairing. And I liked their little, just their like quick little back and forth with each other while they were waiting to help Aelin with her plan.
Yeah, I remember you paired her with Adian.
Yeah. I had
Adian?
thought I had thought
Oh,
Nezrin and Adian were gonna try to be together, but I was wrong.
was Adian there when Aelin and Lysandra had that conversation about how she made her boobs smaller in front of everyone? And everyone was like, what?
I think so.
I don't know, but I remember the conversation. I just don't remember who else was in the room.
Well, because wasn't it at like an important point? Like they were about to go talk to Darrow or something. And Aelin was like, no, but more importantly, you made your boobs smaller and I noticed.
Yep.
Wait, who was that again? It was the Aelin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she did it again at the end of chapter 27 too. She was like, "You made your hair shorter," and Lysander's like, "You try having hair that long." Like, I can't imagine.
I'm like, I got a haircut. I was like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. I think that this book has been really awesome so far, and I'm super excited to read more.
I'm excited for you guys. Well, join us next time.
Yeah. Also, let us know what we forgot to talk about, and we'll chat with you about it. Because I'm sure
Or
there were
anything
at
that we
least,
got wrong.
yeah, at least 5 things. But yeah,
Yeah.
thanks, guys. See you next time.
Bye. Bye.